Next item, Rodney King. A few unknown items that was unearthed this week. But did you know that the people who filmed the Rodney King incident were on their first ever visit to America, but were linked to the Australian intelligence, who are linked with the CIA, aka Five Eyes? Oops. There were two people in the car with Rodney King that night. They both died in the car. Why has nothing been mentioned about that? And the question remains is why Rodney King, who was serving an 8-year jail sentence, was let out after 3 weeks. And then soon after that happened. Of course, Rodney went on to get a lot of money in compensation. They also gave him that money to buy a house with a pool. Funny that, as Rodney couldn't swim. How did he die? He drowned. Put it all together. Alternative media, quick focus on that because it's going to be important going forward. We've been called many names, largely some expletive, followed by some media and agency-driven meme. But we have plotted through fairly extreme turbulence in our world, and many of you extreme turbulence in your personal lives also. And we're still in there fighting, highlighting and exposing the crimes of the criminal elite. Now, unlike in the past, where we had vigilantes with pitchforks and spades and etc., or more recently mercenaries doing the dirty work, we have largely carried on in a stance of non-violence. That pleases me, and we should all give ourselves a pat on the back for that stance and recognise we are all the non-violent vigilantes. I hope we keep it that way in the future. Let those that have to deal with it get on with it. They won't escape the crimes. They know that now. And more people are seeing it also. I wrote this piece this week. I thought I'd throw it into the show, but there's far more members who listen rather than are on Facebook or MeWe. But there was an issue last Friday about copyright, copying other people's blogs. But it all comes down to me about caring and sharing. Appears to be a lost art, and those unwilling to share will always hold us back. Those who think that everything has to be monetized and then spout about spirituality are stuck in the duality and non-expansive progression of the self. Now we all get different messages in our heads, but imagine if all our higher selves demanded compensation for the thoughts, ideas, warnings and intuition from the 3D version. Where would we all be? Bankrupt. Society is morally bankrupt if people claim domain over ideas, writing, blogs or shows. If this show wasn't referenced as much, then I think as much as a quarter, if not half of the alternative media would vanish. But do I wish to monetize it for myself? No. That is an exact replica of the current system. Do people not see that? It's all about me and F everybody else. That's why we're in the control system. We're starting to exit out of it. But we have to think and act in a different way going forward and not replicate the failed cabal system.